We're back. Y'all, when I tell you this blue, first of all, I cannot believe I'm wearing this to Parents' Night basketball. I just don't know what else to say about that. This blue, okay, I'm gonna finish the look. Oh, and then I will give you my final thoughts when I get myself together. Alright, let's start on this Kristen Leanne palette. Am I in my robe? Yes. Is my hair wet? Yes. All of those would be true. Oh, I gotta get you ready. Tonight is Parents' Night for my son's basketball. They did not tell me. Like, I had a plan. And I was not going to do anything but film YouTube videos tonight. And, I'll let you guys figure out the rest. So, you know, for a get ready with me video, I really think, why not wear my robe? And this is so my hair doesn't dry. I'm trying to protect it as much as I can. Alright, so, see, I really want to go ham on these colors. I might have to tone it down just a little bit. I don't want to. But it's Parents' Night. I'm going to be like out on the court. Huh? Okay. We're going to... So the one thing that this palette doesn't have, which is a bummer, is a transition shade. You could use the burnt orange, and we might dip into it. But we're going to use So Bougie from the Too Faced chocolate palette, chocolate gold. But I will tell you that if you don't have a transition shade, I have used bronzers. I've used blushes before. You just want to get sort of a neutral base down as like think of it as a backdrop for your pictures. So you can use whatever you have handy at your house. In fact, I used to use, because I used to buy those when I first started like getting heavy into makeup. I used to buy those Wet n Wild. I think there were like 5 or 6 shades in a pack. Those were my favorites, but they didn't have transition colors, so I wasn't going to go buy a transition shade, so I would use, usually I use my blush. Alright, so we are going to dip into that orange because it's the Kristen Leanne palette. You gotta be a little bold if you're doing Kristen Leanne, right? So I'm just gonna go over. That's not too bad. Probably like mixing with that transition that I put down helped. I'm sorry. This is I don't know how to say it, so I'm not gonna say it. Alright, I think we're going to take TRM. Look at that pigment, y'all. Oh. Holy cow. I don't even know. I I don't even know what to say. Like, they're so... I've never seen an eyeshadow like this. I'm not gonna lie. That's just... Can y'all see it? I gotta clean it up, so don't judge. I want to use her brush that come with the palette. So we're going to take this end into the Long Cool Woman. She put LCW. And we're going to pack that into the middle. God. I so wasn't expecting this. So I'm going to use this Urban Decay brush and I'm going to go into Corona and sort of clean up that crease a little. I'm a little scared because, y'all, I really was not expecting that. It's a good thing, and now I know. Damn. Look is sort of taking a look of its own because the girl wasn't expecting that. I'm going to go in with some more of this burnt orange and just blend this out. I mean, I'm shook. Shook. I don't ever say that on my page or on my channel. But I am shook. Woo! Alright, I'm just going to dab over those colors a little bit because I can see that brown I used to clean up the crease. I got some fallout. Alright, I'm just going to take, this is, I don't even know what kind of brush this is. I'm going to go over that Leo. And just put it close. I hope y'all can see this. Do you see how it shifts the color? Holy freaking shit. I hate to dip into another palette. Now I'm turning one of those other tutorial people. But she doesn't really have a brow color either. So I'm going to go in with from that Candy Johnson palette. And just put a little whipped cream. God bless America. I don't. Y'all, I can't even get this off my eye. Like I got blue on my nose. I don't even know what to say. I've never ever seen an eyeshadow that creamy, that easy to work with, that pigmented. Like, normally to get this type of pop from an eyeshadow, you gotta add a little, I should have brought a wipe, a face wipe. You gotta add a little Fix Plus, you know what I mean? Or it's just not gonna pop for you. But holy shit. And I really didn't have that much fallout. I mean, I had some, but a lot of that was because when I first went on it, I wasn't expecting it. I kind of want to do more. Like, I don't want to stop playing with it, but I also have to get ready for a ball game. Should we just leave it alone? I may regret this later. I may be like, why'd y'all let me do that? And dip into that TRM. I want to blend that out now. Try this brush. Just kind of blow it out. I'm totally just making this up as I go along because I'm having so much fun with the colors. Okay, I better stop, seriously, because I'm starting to make it a muddy mess, but I want to keep playing. Why do we have to have a ball game? I have to stop, because I really am going to make a mess if I don't stop. We'll clean this up with our... Okay. This looks a little crazy now when I get my lashes on it, I promise. I'm going to do the rest of my face. I will be back. Let's start on the bottom, shall we? Okay, we need some eyeshadow brushes for the bottom. Whew. I am just... I don't know what I am. I'm something. Oh, God. Alright, so for the bottom, I want to set down a little bit of a base. So I'm going to go in with that same, I'm making a mess, y'all. I'm shook. I'm going to go in with that same transition shade that we used on the top, the So Bougie. And set down just a little bit of a base for the bottom. The bottom, I'm going to do, I'm scared to do the bottom. For the bottom, let's do Dye, this purple. Y'all ain't going to believe the mess when I tell y'all about the mess that I had Okay, I don't think this purple is quite as, doesn't appear to be quite as pigmented as the blues were. We're not going to go all the way in. We're going to go in with like a pencil brush and go into this Spitfire. That's not pigmented at all. Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Let's smudge that out just a little bit more. I'm not adding any more of that transition shade. I'm just going over the edges. Okay. I'm going to go pop on some mascara, and then I will come back to show you the Kristen Leanne highlighter. I forgot to do my mascara, but we're going to get it together. I'm a little... Alright, so we got the Kristen Leanne highlighter. We're going to go in this middle shade. I don't think it has a color name, but whatever this middle shade is, we're about to highlight it up. A little bit more blush on top of the cheeks, because I like to extend my highlighter down to my cheekbones, but then I'll diffuse the highlighter with a little more blush. You know what we didn't do was the inner corner of my eyes. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared with this eyeshadow palette now, because when I tell y'all the mess I had a few minutes ago. Let's go in with the Brixton. That's the white one in that circle. And do a little inner. That's actually kind of pretty. I'm gonna go fix my hair, get my life together, because I'm a little shook at the moment. So when I get everything all pulled together, I will come back to give you my final thoughts. Oh, I'm going to put on the Kristen Leanne. I'll do that on camera. I'll come back and that'll be my final step before I give you my final thoughts on this Kaleidoscope. I have blue on my hand. Did y'all see that? It's on my robe. It's on my beauty blender. But we're going to pull this shit together and I will be right back. Okay. We are about to put on the Kristen Leanne Forget. And then, oh, then I'll give you my final thoughts on this. I always do that. Have you noticed that? I start a sentence and then I don't finish it. Okay, guys. Final thoughts. So let's start with the liquid lipsticks. I had already used, this is the Forget that I'm wearing today. I'd already used Forgive a couple days ago. I don't like the formula. They're very drying. Forgive is a beautiful color. This one is a little too pale for me, so not my favorite color. It feels good on the lips at first, but my lips got that, you know, that cakey, like you just want to rub it off your lips after a couple of hours of wearing the other one. I kind of expect this one to do the same. So not a fan of the liquid lipsticks. The highlighters I think are beautiful. What do you think? With that said, it's 3 in a pack. For my skin tone, I can only see me using this one. I definitely probably can't use that one unless I mix it with a bronzer or as an eyeshadow. This one I'll be able to wear in the summer. So, but the formula is gorgeous. It does not highlight your texture or emphasize your texture. It goes on very smooth, very creamy. It's not glittery. It's not chunky. It's just a beautiful lit from within glow, but with that drama. It's not a natural lit from within. It's still got some pop to it. And then we have this palette. Okay. So a couple of mistakes that I made was I should not have tried the palette when I'm getting ready to go out in public. Specifically, parents' night basketball game where I'm going to be out on the court with my senior son. So that was an epic fail on my part. The second fail that I made was when I saw how intense it was going to be, I was trying to I went too far to the left and then I tried to circle it back. And I think I could do a better look if I was not concerned about it being too. With that said, even with everything I did, it's. So both of the critiques that I have are sort of my fault. The other thing I should tell you about this palette that could cause you to not want it is it's messy. I got it. It's stained on my fingers. I didn't have a lot of fallout, but oddly enough, it has stained my beauty blender because I'm trying to do my concealer and it's like out of nowhere this blue just keeps popping up. So I had a very hard time cleaning up my under eyes because when I went to put my concealer on, there's no eyeshadow there. So I'm like, where the hell is this coming from? So it was a mess. I mean, there's no other way to say it. With all of that said, I have never, ever, ever experienced a formulation quite like this. So, do I love it? Hell yes, I love it. You know, I tried for the first time on camera, and sometimes that's going to be an epic fail because I was not expecting. You know, when you swatch things on your finger, you can take an eyeshadow that the formulation is not that pigmented and the formulation is not that great, but when you swatch it with your finger, it looks good. And then you go to use your eyeshadow brush and you're like, what the hell? Where is all that pigmentation, right? I was kind of expecting that with this. I was not expecting what you see is exactly what you get. You do not need to wet your brush with these. They are pigmented. They are pigmented. They are soft. They are buttery. They blend beautifully. I've never seen a blue, or I should say blues, quite like these. Ever. And I went in with a little too much because I just wasn't. wasn't expecting it. Y'all saw a literal first impression. So if you're a little scared of something that just know the first time you use this palette, be cautious. Go in with a light hand. But with that said, I think I've said with that said 100 times because there's so many disclaimers that I needed to add with this. But holy shit, this is a gorgeous palette. And I want to play with it some more, you know, when I'm not going to a high school basketball game. Out on the court with my son who's a senior. I do. I want to play with this some more because I think given the freedom, because today I felt like I had to tone it down, but given the freedom to just, I'm probably blinding y'all, huh? Oh, to just go insane, I think I could just create some beautiful Instagram photo looks. So, my final thoughts, skip the liquid lips. The highlighters are beautiful. If you think the value is for you, then they are a beautiful formula. And if you want a rainbow, well, see, I get it all over me. Uno momento. If you want intense, bold, dramatic, the most pigmentation I have ever seen in an eyeshadow, that includes my Morphe, that includes my Morphe. I highly, highly recommend this palette. If you're faint of heart, I would get the matte palette that she put out. Alright guys, until next time, much love.